Hmm. Well, I guess we'll just wait here a little bit and see if anybody comes on board. I love these surprise live streams. I don't. What was that? My phone. I don't generally advertise them. I just like to pop on. I have my reasons for doing that. Where's my phone? There it is. Hey, Melody, aren't you working? And Mr. J. Winger, how are you? I do these surprise pop-ons. I have my reason for doing them. I don't advertise when it's going to be, except for my Wednesday night live. I do advertise that, and give you a heads up of when it's going to start and all this and that, because that's a regular thing every month. But during the week, once in a great while, not all the time, I just get bored. And I'll just kind of go live just to see who's out there and see what's going on and, just chat with some of my subscribers and see what's going on. Mr. Winger says, doing well, just left the TA in Effingham. Oh, been a TA many times on my way to Maryland. I assume you're a trucker. I assume. Yeah, been a TA many times. Used to be a favorite hangout, and there was a speedway there. There was what else was there back in the day? I don't know what's there today. Gosh, there was something else up there, and I can't remember what it was. The Bobber, that's what it was. There was a Bobber, and I used to go to the Bobber truck stop, and that was some of my favorite places to hang out and meet some of my old friends on the road. But I'm sure it's all changed now. Over the years, I have noticed since we started traveling a little bit in motorhome and whatever, that the TA truck stops are starting to turn to trash. The ones that I've been to, I'm sorry. I hate to say that, but as an old trucker, I know what they once was when Jerry Reed was involved, and I know what they are today. The last two TAs I went to, apparently they sold out to some other company because the restaurants weren't even there. They were closed. It had nothing to do with coronavirus. They just don't even have a restaurant. And they were just, they're just not what they once was. As an old trucker, I hate to see that, but I guess time moves on. Tennessee Man 7, I guess, TNNS Man 7 says, hi, how are you? I am working and saw this notification. Well, Melody, I'm just goofing around. I do this once in a while. I don't do it very often. Last time I went live, I do what I call surprise live. I don't advertisement. I don't, give anybody a heads up. I just do it in the middle of a day just to see what's going on. And I think what got me doing it today was I just got done uploading 3 or 4 videos. 2 of them was for Sue and Deb. They did a fantastic job. For those of you that's interested in the villages and have any interest whatsoever in the lofts of Brownwood, the first apartment rentals that are available inside the villages, she got an inside notification from a lady that runs the place that Sue knows. Sue and Deb knows this lady. I don't know her. And they got an inside guided tour of the lofts of Brownwood, and it was so long I had to cut it into 2 different videos. So you're going to get it starting tomorrow. The inside tour of the lofts of Brownwood, part 1, and then next Thursday you'll get part 2. And in that video gives you a lot of information. You get a guided tour of a handicap apartment, somebody that's wheelchair bound. I hope I'm putting this right. I don't make anybody mad, but somebody that can't get out of a wheelchair, there's a lot of things that you don't think about, like the sink shouldn't be as deep because they can't reach down as far. The cabinet should be lower to the floor. Anyway, they got a complete tour of a handicap accessible apartment. They got a complete tour of the garages, the carriage houses, all this different stuff over there, and got a price from the lady that runs the place about everything. How much for this, how much for that, and the reason why. So we've got a lot of information for those of you that might be interested. Kevin, Jax, how you doing, buddy? Just got home. It's raining. No pickleball today. Well, I know you probably hate to hear all this, but I'm looking outside right now. The sun is shining, but it's hot. I mean, I have no idea how hot. I haven't been paying attention. I went outside a while ago to do some work, and I started sweating immediately. It's like, I don't know, 90 outside. So it's doing what it should be doing down here. Let me back up here on the chat. My trucker guy. Jay Winger, yeah, retired military man, drive truck now. My wife and I have sold the house out full time, and we'll be buying in the Villages in a few years. Well, we'll still be here. I got some video coming out about some inside scoops on the Villages. One of them was sent to me by an outsider, and I read it, basically. I'm not taking credit for any of it, but I read it. I'm going to post it. I've already uploaded the video. I don't know when I want to put it out there. I usually put these things on my Patreon page first for my Patreon members, and I make them commercial free so they don't have to deal with that. And once they get done with it for about a week, then I transfer it over to YouTube. But there was been a lot of questions around here about all of a sudden why all these apartment houses are popping up. The Loss of Brownwood being the first one. And then they announced Hacienda Country Club being tore down, and they're going to build a big apartment complex there. And then they announced later that possibility, and it's probably a probability, that the top floor, anyway, at Katie Bell's is going to turn into apartment units also. And we're not done with that. There's going to be more popping up. You've got a big area down at the Finney area, Southern Oaks area, the medical area. There's a family park they're building down by the Finney area, and there could be apartment complexes pop up there. They're popping up everywhere. Anyway, this article that was sent to me from a banker, investment banker that turned a realtor, broker in this area. And I read it because I found it very, very interesting and an insight of something that maybe is going on. Who knows? It's just food for thought. And so I'll get that video out there within the next week or so, or at least I hope so. Who are you driving for, Mr. Winger? I'm just curious. I was an owner operator for many, many years. I had 13 trucks I leased on to a company called Lincoln Freight Lines many, many years ago when Leo Suggs owned it. And then it went to BFL out of Owensboro, Kentucky, which is Buskell Freight Lines. I had familiarity with those people. And then I went to work for Ryder as a truck driver, and as a third-party truck driver, actually. They would lease us out to companies like, when I left Ryder, I was leased out to Saturn Corporation in Tennessee, and that just didn't really work out all that well. I mean, the pay was great and all this and that, but every 2 or 3 years, if they don't get the contract, and it seemed like Penske and Ryder were always in competition with each other trying to get contracts. So 1 year you're working for Ryder, and then next contract Penske takes over. Now they try to keep all the employees in place because we know what we're doing, but the benefits changes, the pay changes, and I just got tired of all that, and I left there. And I went down to Indianapolis, and I went to work for a company called Overnight Transportation because at the time they had the best pay schedule and the pay and benefits combination package than anybody else in the United States. A lot of people argue about that, but I know it was the best. It was better than Yellow Freight. It was better than Roadway at the time, which those two companies don't really exist anymore. It was the best. I mean, not only did we have upscale pay, we had the best benefits package, Blue Cross Blue Shield. We had a company pension plan that was 25 and out, not 30 and out. It was 25 and out. And the way the pension plan was based based on the top 10 consecutive years. And that's how your pay was based, which was really great. And then on top of that, we had a company match 401k plan, which was just unheard of to have both of those. So when UPS bought overnight, I was kind of hoping maybe for things to get even better. No, wrong. First thing they done away with was our 401k match. You still have a 401k, but they took the company match away. And the way they figured our pension wasn't the top 10 years anymore. It was a lifetime average, and all that changed. And I'm not saying anything bad about it, but trust me when I can tell you that overnight's benefits package was better at the time. Hi from Long Island. Hi to you too, Frank. I've never been to Long Island. One of these days I'm going to get up there. There's some things as a tourist, and that's all I will be as a tourist. There's things up there I want to see and do. I just haven't got there yet. Tony Pabon, hey, what a nice surprise. I do this, Tony. People that's followed me for a long time, I think, has gotten used to it. I usually just pick a day, not any particular day. It's never like a Saturday, every Saturday or every Sunday or anything like that. I'll just pick a day and say, I just wonder how many of my followers, how many of my viewers are out there, and I just take a time to just kind of chat with you for a while just to see what's going on. That's all. I have nothing in mind. If you want to ask questions about the villages, fine, I'm here. If you want to ask something about my past, my trucking experience, I'm here. If you want to ask me about anything, or whatever, if I know, I'll tell you. I'm here to ask you guys, what you're all doing. Where you at and what you doing? Are you working? Just get off work? Does the coronavirus in your area seem like it's getting better or worse, or do you know? I'm down here. Can't tell. One day it seems like it's getting a little better. Other days it seems like, we're taking a downward turn. And then I heard the other day that the Coca-Cola truck was at all the squares going into the huts. The beer huts is what we commonly call them. And they were setting things up in there, restocking. So it sounds like to me that maybe they're getting ready to start opening the squares, which, kind of makes sense, kind of don't make sense. I don't know. I'm not in the inside information on all this stuff. But what don't make sense is if the coronavirus is still there and it's still affecting people, as I read in the paper every day, 9 died yesterday, so many dies today. It's an everyday thing. If any of that's true, we don't know that any of that's even true, really. I don't think so. Why are they opening the squares? It doesn't make sense. But at the same time, it makes sense because October is the month when snowbirds slowly but surely start trickling back down here. And I know they're going to try to get things open and ready to go for the snowbird season, because most of these businesses down here, they survive from one year to the next on snowbird season money. If that snowbird money in here, they're going to be gone, because that's where they depend on their money. You would think the full-timers would provide them with a lot of the income. I don't think that's true. I think the snowbirds is like tourists at Disney World. That's where the money comes from, and they can survive the rest of the year. And then as a full-timer, if we go in and spend money, that's just a little extra gravy on the biscuit. You know what I'm saying? Hi from Michigan. Yeah, I used to go to Michigan all the time years ago when I was working for Ryder and hauling freight for Saturn Corporation, car parts. I used to go to Saginaw a lot, every day. Hoping to join the Villages crowd soon. Well, right now there ain't much of a crowd. People are pretty well just, other than the golf course, maybe the swimming pools. I do see some carts up there once in a while. They're not really doing a whole lot. The squares are, once you start closing the squares down, this whole area just seems like it kind of peters out. I have seen quite a few, what looks like to me is visiting grandchildren out in the golf carts and whatever. So people must be, I don't know, homeschooling, because it seems to me right now the kids should be back in school. But, I know times change. I don't know how it all works now. Thanks for all the content on the Villages. You are welcome. I got to tell you, can I rant? Do you guys mind if I rant for just a second? Seriously. I'm going to show you something. we put in a lot of effort and a lot of time. And generally, some of the videos that I do is because you asked me to. And if I get, I don't know, if I get 100 requests for the same thing, then I'm figuring there might be 1,000 people out there really wanting to see the same thing, but only 100 of you took the initiative to actually send me an email saying, hey, can you do this or that? So I did it. One was they wanted to see how far was it by golf cart, how far was it from Brownwood to Lake Sumter, for whatever the reasons are. And then I got a whole bunch of emails saying, you know, everybody's videoing the new area where they're building the new houses and stuff, because that's where everybody seems to be interested in and the new stuff. And I understand that. But nobody is videoing the older sections to where other people might be interested in buying, because in the older areas, the bonds paid off, different district rules, you know, things of that nature. And I thought, you know, he's right. Whoever sent me that email, they're right. Everybody's, you know, doing video about the older sections, but not much about, you know, north of 466. They're just not doing a whole lot up there. And then I got several emails all of a sudden wanting to know if I could do a video of the historic side. Said nobody does video up there. I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to do a series. I'm going to do what's called the long golf cart ride. I'm going to go all the way from Brownwood, all the way to the historical district, and I'm going to make a lot of stops in between. You know, like I'm going to go from Brownwood to Lake Sumter. I figured that'd probably be one whole video right there. And then I'm going to drive around Lake Sumter to kind of point out a few things, show you what it looks like, so on and so forth. And then the next video will be Lake Sumter to Spanish Springs. That's a whole video in itself. You know, going through here or there and showing a few things, stopping by Hacienda, showing the construction up there and all that kind of thing. So I did that. And then I did a Spanish Springs drive around, because there's a lot of Spanish Springs to show. So that's a whole little video in itself. So then by video 4, the long golf cart ride 4, we're going to cross that golf cart bridge on 441. We're going to go to the district, historical district, drive around, and I'm going to show you where the original golf cart man had his shop, the new postal station they're building, all the different homes up there and what they look like, and the country club, Orange Blossom Country Club, all that kind of stuff. Here's my rant. Video 1 came out with quite a few views on it, and I thought that was pretty good. I forget what it was, but last time I looked, it was over 1,000 views, which, you know, compared to a lot of people, that's not a lot. But for me, that's fine. 1,000, 2,000 views in a week. That's pretty average for me. Video 2, Lake Sumter to Spanish Springs. It's been on for almost a week. I checked it today. 157 views. Are you kidding me? What's up with that? I just don't get it. So what I done is I thought, well, maybe they thought this is the same, because it said long golf cart ride number 2. Maybe they didn't see that number 2, and they thought, oh, I've already seen that video, you know. And so I changed the names. Long golf cart ride 1, it says Brownwood to Lake Sumter. Long golf cart ride number 2, it says Lake Sumter to Spanish Springs. So you'll see them changes on there. But I can't figure it out. I mean, 157 views with all the emails I got, I just didn't even add up to me. So I just like to know if I'm wasting my time with them golf cart rides, because, you know, I'll find something else to do. Hi from Michigan. Yeah, I got to get up there myself. They have a German, I can't think of the name of that town. They have a German festival in that town once a year. Because I used to go by it on, 75 all the way up to Saginaw. On the side there. And anyway, I'll get up there one of these days, and I want to go to, Mackinac. I've never been to Mackinac Island either. I know, right? Me at my age, I've never been to Mackinac. What's up with that? I don't know. I got to get up there. John Terzakis says, hi there. How are you, John? Whoops. All of a sudden my thing just took off. What happened here? Where are we at? Sunny in Vegas? Yeah, I got some friends that's got an RV that's in the Vegas area right now. And the last time I got an email from them, I think they told me it was like 117 degrees. God. Oh, my God. What can I tell you? 117. You know, I know. This is dry heat. It's like sticking your head in a microwave. Hello from New Jersey. Skip, thanks for all the content. Great. New Jersey. What exit are you next to? Or are you next to the shore? John Keller. Hey, how you doing, John? John's been a subscriber, a friend, whatever, of my channel for a long time. When you were deciding where to buy, did you consider Solovita? Yes, I went to Solovita and actually did a tour there. Did you like what you saw there? Yes, it's a very nice town, very nice area. I wanted golf. I wanted to get back into golf. And as a retirement community, there's no retirement community, and I've probably been to over the last 15 years that we'd come down for vacation, we would always check out one or two more retirement communities. And this went on for several years. And after all the years of looking everywhere from Naples area, all the way up the West Coast, to Orlando, to here, and I can't even tell you where all in between, we considered everything from condos to owning a home to leasing a home to all kinds of stuff. But the fact was I wanted to get back into golf. There was no better place to go for golf than here. By far none. There's I don't even know how many holes of golf here for residents that's free. You just make a tee time, go play. The country clubs for residents, you're a member of 12 country clubs automatically, no membership dues at a country club. But you do have to pay to play, but you get a huge discount as a resident. 18 holes in the summer. It varies. Wintertime is prime season. Summertime is not because it's hot. So the 18 holes will vary depending on what club. Arnold Palmer's is a little more than most. But 18 holes in the summer here, I'm going to say roughly $22 to $25. Wintertime, those same 18 holes at that same country club could cost you $35 to $40. Outsiders will pay a heck of a lot more. I mean, upwards of $80 for a round of golf. So that's why I chose here, was for that. And the other reason was golf cart accessibility to everything. I don't need to have a car for nothing here if I don't want to. If something should happen to me in my later years in life, I don't need a car. And I can't stress that enough as how important that I think that is. I can go to a doctor's appointment in my golf cart. I have doctors, all kinds of doctors here. It's all golf cart accessible. I can go to the hospital in the golf cart. I can go to the grocery stores, several grocery stores. I mean, Winn-Dixie, to Publix, I don't even know how many. I can go to haircut. I can go to... It's just amazing is where I can go in a golf cart. I can do anything, any restaurant, anything in a golf cart. I don't need a car. And that was kind of important to me when I saw what happened to my dad when Alzheimer's started to affect him. He couldn't drive anymore, and he was lost. And here, not that I should be out in the golf cart with Alzheimer's. I probably shouldn't be, But I'm just saying, if I get to the point where I don't trust a car anymore, I don't trust being on the highway because highways are getting more and more crowded and things like that, I can always jump in my golf cart. I can always run down to a friend's house and have a friendly beer with them in the afternoon or something. I can still have a little bit of independence. Says looks more affordable in some ways, particularly if you want waterfront. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Solovita. It was a nice area. I think what makes it, if I remember, it's Point Siena. Wasn't that the county? Point Siena County or Point Siena City or something like that. I think what attracts people to there more than anything is you're not very far from Disney World and all that stuff up there. That just wasn't a big factor for me. Like I say, for me, it was golf. And Solovita did not have the amount of golf that I was looking for the price. And if you wanted to play there, if I remember right, they had one 18-hole course there. They might have two now because I think she told me this many years ago they were going to have more. but they had one 18-hole golf course there, and as a resident, I could buy a membership to play there, and it was $1,800 a year for just me. I mean, just add that up to what I just told you about the golf here. It was just it was a no-brainer for me. Do us future villagers, this is from Tony Pabon. Am I pronouncing that right? Pabon? Do us future villager residents a great service. Doing us future village. Yeah, I'm trying. Thank you. Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Yeah. I just remember what it was like when me and Sue bought our first house. We were coming to the villages many times. I mean, many times. So we was really familiar with how it was here, the lifestyle here. That's what I'm talking about. Not the buying process. We were familiar with the lifestyle. So we kind of thought for the two of us, this was going to be good for us. Taking everything in consideration here. So we bought a patio villa right after the home debacle when everybody lost 40% of their 401k and their house prices houses got turned upside down. You remember all that? That I was like 60 years old when all that happened, or 61, something like that. And I just told Sue, we was at Starbucks one day, which by far is my favorite place to get coffee. That I said, I'm not working until I'm 70 years old. I said, so once this thing gets straightened out, and who knows when it was going to get straightened out at that time, I said, I'm going to have to find something else to invest in, because I don't want to take any chances of this thing, happening again when I'm 65 and it all turns to crap. So we decided to buy basically a rental home. I bought a patio villa up by Lake Sumter Landing, and because I knew what home prices was here and I knew how stable they was. And so that's what we done. And so when we sold our house in Indianapolis after I retired, it was a place to hang my hat. We went to this patio villa, and it was a place for me to stay. Anyway, it was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. It was just smaller than what I really wanted. So we decided to put it up for sale while we was down here. Put it up for sale. 5 days later, something like that. 4 days later, all cash offer, bingo, bango, it was sold. Now basically I'm homeless. I got to get out. So our realtor brought us down here, and we ended up buying a brand new home because we wanted to stay at the Lake Sumter area, which is a beautiful area. I love Lake Sumter area, and so does Sue. But the problem up there was once they announced Brownwood was going to be a square down here, that put Lake Sumter in the middle of all three squares, and the price of homes up there skyrocketed overnight. And so I could actually buy a brand new 3-bedroom, 2-bath home cheaper than a pre-owned home. I know that sounds crazy, but that's true. That's how I ended up here. So anyway, I know what the buying process is. We bought that house, by the way, online. First one I ever bought online, sight unseen. Well, not sight unseen. I saw pictures. I bought it online. And that's a whole story in itself, is how that happened. And then I closed online. I mean, I never came down for closing or anything. Talk about being nervous. I mean, when you transfer, cash, and it's just numbers on a computer, and it goes from here to, it's gone. So where'd it go? Well, it should be down there in a couple hours. Well, what if that number don't show up down there? I mean, I was just nervous. But everything worked out fine, easy peasy. That's why I tell people, I'm always on here talking, hang in there, calm down, things will be fine. Everything here is up and up. Nobody's stealing anybody's money. And, just kind of hang in there. Everything's fine. Melody says sun is shining here too. Yeah, sun is shining. It's hot. And Melody's going to Vegas, I think, September the 8th. And she's going to document this trip. She's taking out there in an electric car. And Melody, just so you know, a friend of mine sent me an email yesterday, I think, wherever he's at. He's not in Las Vegas, but he's around that area somewhere. He said it was 117 degrees, or maybe it was 107. Anyway, it was hot. Sunny in Vegas. Tell me, Mr. Rosenblum, how hot? What's the temperature there? Just out of curiosity. Karen Crandall just got back from Scooples in Brownwood and saw you with a surprise chat, so had to hop on. Well, I'm glad you did, Karen. Are you here? Are you a resident? Are you here visiting or, looking around? Lifestyle visit? Just curious. None of my business, just curious. By the way, Scooples is owned, we shouldn't say owned. They rent that building, but they rent several things here. That's the same company that has Evans Prairie restaurants there. They have Belglades restaurant. They have Scooples. They have the Bluefin. I'm not even sure what all they do have, but they got several places around here that they take care of. Hope to come down around Thanksgiving. I think you might be all right, Kevin, because I just get this feeling by talking to people here that things are starting to loosen up a little bit. Like maybe things are getting a little better. And I just made a statement a while ago about Sue saw some Coke trucks down to Brownwood Square, and then another one of my followers sent me an email saying he saw, I think, Coke trucks up at Lake Sumter Square going to the beer shacks, the beer shanties around the square, and they were doing something. I don't know what they were doing, filling the Coke things up or something, I guess. And so it looks like possibly, maybe, the squares are getting ready to start opening up again. Hopefully. I know we're going to take off tomorrow. I don't know exactly when. Sue and Deb took off again today to go out and do whatever they're doing. I wanted to go get the motorhome and bring it home to get a few things done, get it packed. I'm taking off tomorrow for about 4 days. She's gone. The motorhome's still over there, and it's not here. And I don't know when they're going to be back. Oh, Peely the banana. Hi. Oh. What do we got? Tony. So appreciate you. Thank you. Divine Warrior from Indiana. I'm from Indiana. Where are you at from Indiana? I've been all over Indiana, but I've lived in Hartford City, Marion. My relatives all my dad lived in Van Buren. I also lived in Anderson, and then I finally retired out of Brownsburg, Indiana. Just out of curiosity, where he's from. Tony, thank you. Bobby, Greenwood, Indiana. I know Greenwood shopping center down there. When I lived down there, I used to go to Greenwood, not all the time, but like one weekend a month, because they had a restaurant down there that I really, really liked. And I liked it so much, I can't even remember the name of it. Sue and I would go down there just to go to this restaurant. Macaroni Grill? I think that was it. Macaroni Grill. Yeah, I really like that place a lot. Linda, 1028, says, hi from Maryland. How are you? I bet it's a lot cooler up there than it is down here. Everyone is still wearing masks in Indiana. I got a story about that too. You'll see it on my RV channel if you went there. Fall is still supposed to be a concern. Ordinary flu. Yeah, they're talking about the same thing here about the flu season coming up. Now they're telling all of us older people get our flu shots now, as early as possible. So we're working on it. As far as masks in Indiana, I was in Fort Wayne about 2 weeks ago. I was up there for 4 days and visiting my son and my grandson. And we went out to several restaurants while we were there. Most restaurants were pretty good, but we went to a place for breakfast. Man, I can't think of the name of it now, but my son recommended it. He said it's really a good place to have breakfast. And it was a great place to have breakfast. But we were packed in there like sardines. I mean, if I leaned back in my chair, I would touch the guy behind me. We were like inches apart. And nobody in there, other than the staff, the working staff, wore a mask, but nobody in the restaurant was wearing a mask. I mean, it didn't really concern me all that much, but if that kind of thing concerns you, I would just be a little leery of some of them places. Drew 43, New Jersey here, still working remotely, trying to get to the villages before 55. And don't try to rush your life. Sue told me that a long time ago. You're just wishing your life away. Enjoy your life while you got it. Eric M., how you doing, buddy? Let's see if I remember right. You're off of exit 83, right? I don't know. I forget. Oh, you guys in New Jersey crack me up with that. I'm off the Jersey Shore. I'm off of exit 83. Go right ahead and rant. I think I already did. But go check that video out. I mean, I can't figure it out. 1,000 views on one video for 1 week, and then the follow-up on that, 157. What's up with that? Greetings from Ohio. I used to go to Columbus, Ohio every night. Matter of fact, Ohio was a great state for me. I used to go to Maryville, Ohio a lot. I used to go to Columbus, Ohio a lot. Toledo, Dayton, Cincinnati was like 2 and 3 times a week. I can't think of everywhere in Ohio, but yeah, Ohio was a state where I made a little bit of money. I was surprised to hear that you are not golfing anymore. No, I kind of give it up. I'm not going to say anymore. I do once in a great while, but not like I was. I was playing 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a week, and I just kind of slowed way down. I get bored with things. I do things for a while, and then I'm done with it. I'm ready to move on to something else. Drinking beer and living in a golf cart community. Well, this is a good place for all three, really. Golf cart community, and drinking beer. This is the place for you. I like bond being paid off, Melody says. Yeah, me too. I wish mine was too. And that was a big factor. It's one of the reasons why we wanted to stay in the Lake Sumter area, because the bond situation there isn't near as high as it is here. But, you know, it is what it is. I like the Spanish Springs video. I'm not sure which one that is, because there's at least a couple of them. One of them is, I don't think one's been released yet. I did a complete drive around, unless I put it on Patreon. Are you a Patreon member, Lindy? Because a lot of my Patreon members get videos weeks ahead of time. And I don't remember half the time where I put anything, but yeah, you might have seen it on there. I don't know, but thanks anyway. We do our best. The reason why I had to do that golf cart ride twice, that long golf cart series that I'm working on, is one, my GoPro 7, I put it on top of the golf cart so you can get a bird's eye view of everything. You have to see this conglomeration of work of setting this up. And I have a dual microphone system that plugs into the GoPro that comes down into the golf cart. Wires are wrapped everywhere. One goes over to Sue and one goes down to me, lapel mics, and they pin like right here. And then we go down the road and we just kind of talk. Well, whenever I want to talk about something for you to see, I have to turn the golf cart and point that camera the right direction. I used to put one on the right side of the golf cart also, and then down here in the corner, you guys can't see it, but like right in here, I could put a little window in here, and then you can see both cameras. I got so many people complained about that, said it gave them motion sickness, so I just kind of quit doing it. But yeah, I got to turn the golf cart this way and that way, and then, tell you what's going on. Well, it was so hot that day, and this is the first time this has ever happened on that GoPro 7, that we did all that videoing up there, and I had changed the SD cards in it to make sure I had plenty of room and all this and that. Got all the way home. I went to download that stuff into the computer, and I've got a really good computer here. I mean, with a lot of storage in it and everything. And nothing. You could hear us talking, but the video was froze. And according to what I have picked up and what I've learned is that it overheated and it just froze. So we had to go back up there the next day. And what I'd done was I'd take video areas that it froze on, and I'd do that video, and then I'd shut the camera off. Then we moved on up to where another area was at where it froze, and then I do video of that and then shut the camera off. And then so during editing, which everybody knows I hate, I had to kind of like splice all this stuff together to make it look like one big long ride. And I don't know how well it turned out, but it did what it did. Oh, you might be, Melody's talking about that bridge going over 441. Yeah, it is a steep bridge. It really is. And if you've got an old electric cart, one of the older ones, you may struggle even getting up that thing. But Spanish Springs area is a beautiful area. It really is. I've always liked Spanish Springs. Matter of fact, Sue and I went to Panera Bread yesterday at Spanish Springs, and I had lunch. I forget why I was up there, but I went up there for something. And while we were up there, I said, let's go to Panera Bread and have some lunch. And so we did. I didn't like it. I'll be honest with you. I didn't like it this time. I don't know if all Panera Breads are the same, but they have got a real limited menu because of the COVID virus. And for a guy like me, listen, I'm not interested in eating a veggie sandwich all the time or a bowl full of lettuce. And that's all they had. Everything was veggie this and veggie that. And I just didn't care for it. So till things open back up, I'm probably not going to go to Panera Bread again. Fred Hobbs, the man, the myth, the legend. Yeah, that's me. Well, at least that's what the sign says. I don't know. I didn't see it yet. Well, then it must not be on Patreon then, Melody. I just can't remember where I posted everything. So, yeah, there's going to be like 5 different episodes to that long cart ride because I was just guessing when I first started doing that. I said it's going to be by a 4-deal episode. It's going to be more. It's going to be at least 5 because one goes from here to Lake Sumter. The second one goes from Lake Sumter to Spanish Springs, that's like a 40-minute video. That's even with me cutting stuff out of it. And then you got, I circled Spanish Springs, pointing out all the different things where Katie, all that stuff. There's 3. The 4th one's going to take us over the bridge and around all that area over there. That's 4. And that doesn't even count the golf cart ride coming home, which was exciting. I got into a torrential downpour of rain and the golf cart trails were flooded and we videoed all of it. Oh, gosh. By the way, Melody, are you packed yet? You ready to go? You got the car charged? You got a full tank of gas? Let me see. This thing took off on me again. I'm kind of lost here. Let me see. Man, I got a lot of people on here right now. I'm glad to see you all. I really am. Like I say, I just do this sporadically. Frankenmuth. I see it on here. That's right. That's the town that's got the German festival. Haven't been there yet. I want to get there. I've got to get there. Dawn Gee. I didn't get a notification. Let me tell you, I've been getting some of them quite a bit, and I've been talking to YouTube, and here's what I've come up with. And I don't know that any of this is 100% true, but here's what I got from YouTube. YouTube has made some upgrades, and they've had some glitches that I didn't know about. It ain't like they send emails out to us creators and say, hey, here's the problem. Some people, not just me and my channel, but across the board, everybody. Some people has been automatically unsubscribed for some strange reason in their system, a glitch. So you're going to have to go resubscribe. Other people, I got this email today from somebody, and I don't know if it's true or not. I haven't checked it out. I'm just telling you because I just got this email today. She said that you can't subscribe to another person's channel on YouTube unless you have an account with YouTube, or in other words, a channel that you don't have to post anything on it, but a channel. I don't know if that's true or not. That might be true. I never thought about that. So double check that too. But if you were subscribed before and you didn't get notified this time, go back and double check to make sure you're still subscribed, because YouTube glitches could have automatically unsubscribed you. And why they would do that, I don't know. Sometimes, it's really frustrating because, people expect people like me to know all this. And the truth is, I know how to make a video. I know how to edit a video. Well, kind of. I know how to upload a video. But when it comes to a lot of the YouTube problems, that has nothing to do with me. And Melody will be the first to tell you, like commercials. People telling me, man, it's way too many commercials. I have no control over that. YouTube's putting them things in there. Now, what I do have control over is I do make my Patreon members level 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, and 4. I got 4 levels, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right. Levels 2, 3, and 4, which is a $5, $10, $15 a month. Level 4 is sold out. Level 2 is sold, or 3 is sold out. Level 2, I have to double check again because as of last week when I checked it, it was sold out. So there is no more openings. But I put all these videos generally on there first. They're all commercial free. I can cut out all the commercials. So I figure for their monthly fee that they're paying me, which ain't a lot, but what they pay me, I make them commercial free. But when I transfer them over to YouTube, there's commercials on them. So that's what I do to try to help out. Virginia says, too long of a golf cart ride. Well, you don't have to watch it, Virginia. I made it in 3 different sessions. So other people interested in buying down here can see what each area looks like. The Brownwood area, the golf cart ride between here and Lake Sumter, and the things to see and do. Lake Sumter area, things to see and do around that area. The distance between Lake Sumter and Spanish Springs and anyway, that's what we did to help people out that was interested in buying it. But you're only one person. I'm talking, there's like 2,000 viewers that hasn't viewed that, and that's not typical of my videos. So I don't know what happened to the other 1,999 of them. So I changed the title. Hey, Skip, Stefan, a.k.a. Code Guy, 112 here from Long Island. Thanks. Love Super Chat gifts. Oh, you must have been one of the prize winners, I guess. Well, I watched both long golf cart rides. Wife and I loved them. Okay, well, keep watching. There'll be a golf cart 3, which I think is a fairly short one. It's like 8 minutes. And that's basically a circle around Lake or Spanish Springs to show you what's around there. And then the next one after that will be next week. Will be next week or week after. Anyway, just keep watching. The golf cart rides come out on Mondays. I do them on Mondays only. So what you see this Monday, the next Monday will be a follow-up, and the Monday after that will be a follow-up. Also, real quick, anybody that's interested in buying a 2-bedroom, 2-bath courtyard villa that's been updated for the area, I know the area, for what I consider to be a pretty reasonable price, that video is coming up too. I think Friday. So there'll be no news on Friday. I put this video ahead of news, and we did a walk around, a walk through, and we pointed out things that we liked about it. And I think I pointed out 1 or 2 things, and not that I didn't like, just a couple of things I thought ought to be done. Simple things, nothing big deal. So that'll be Friday, Courtyard Villa. Meadow says she watched it. AJ says, thanks for the videos. Thank you. Chip M says, hello, New Hampshire. Hello to you too. Frankenmuth. Yes, that's the town. That's the town. I just couldn't remember it. I got to get there. Looks like there was a lot of going on. If I remember right, is that the one that has the Christmas tree store, like 12 months out of the year? It's always open, I think. And I haven't got there. I've been by there many, many times when I was working. Since I retired, I have no excuse. I was going to watch your video. He's supposed to be working. Well, I'm sorry, Janice. You're going to have to go out there and throw rocks at him. So I love the long golf cart rides. Me too, Melody. I just think you get a lot of information out of them. I've often thought about, doing a live chat in my golf cart for a long ride. Have Sue sit next to me and go live and just do some talking with people as we go buy stuff. And that way they can say, hey, stop. I want to see what that looks like or whatever. I'm always afraid I'm going to lose signal, though. Lynchburg, Tennessee, home of Jack Daniels. Yes, you are. That was my dad's favorite, man, Jack and Coke. Only one has popped up on my feed. I will check for more long golf carts. I, for one, will be looking in older sections if I decide to move. Well, I keep watching because I'm going to the historical area in a couple of weeks across that bridge, and we drive around and show you what that whole area over there looks like. We go through all three sections, which is Silver Lake, Orange Blossom Gardens, and what's the other one? Silver Lake, Orange Blossom Gardens, and Country Club. Orange Blossom Country Club, Orange Blossom Gardens, whatever it's called. There's three of them over there. We went through each and every one of them. Not the whole areas in each and every one of them, but to give you a good feel of what each area looks like. Hello from Milwaukee. How are you? Wayne Carr, how are you? Are there any pumpkin-y things that happen in the villages? Listen, these people down here, they're old. That's all they do, man. They live for, let me tell you, they either live for politics down here so they can fight and argue about everything that's stupid, or they live for holidays, Christmas, Thanksgivings. You know, you've seen how big the Christmas tree lighting thing is here. I mean, it's massive in every 3 squares. And they live for their dogs. They have a dog parties where dogs get dressed up to look goofy, and they, I'm sorry. I seen this one dog, they had a diaper on this dog, and then he had like a bra. It was a female dog, had like a bra on the front of this dog, and then had like some kind of wig on the dog. And this dog just turned and looked at me, and I swear it had to look where I could read its mind that says, kill me now. I'll never forget that look. It was so funny. But yeah, I'm sure there's pumpkin things going on down here. I just don't pay a bunch of attention to it, really. Not much going on in Rhode Island. Well, Kevin, you're going to have to come down here so you can play. Drew says, I do awesome work. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. It's a lot of work. It really is. If you've never done it, it's just, and I don't want to sound like I'm whining, I'm not. But what's really disturbing is when you really put in like a whole day of just cutting the video, and then you got to go edit it. And I've sat here sometimes at this computer, and it's taken me hours, literally hours, to edit it. And then I got to upload it to YouTube, and then set the schedule for it to be shown. And then, I know what I expect on most videos as far as after about a week. Usually it's around 2,000 views. Like I said, it's not the greatest in the world, but that's about what I average. And then when I do that, and then all of a sudden there's one of them, and this is the only one that's ever done that for the longest time, and it's like 150 views. It's like, what? So I had to go back to YouTube, and I'm double checking this thing. So did I put this on YouTube, or is that just on my Patreon page? I said, no, it's on my YouTube page. And it's like a knife in the heart. It's like, oh my God, what did I do wrong? I mean, I actually watched that video again today to figure out what the heck did I do wrong? Oh, Melody's talking to somebody else. I'm probably answering Melody's questions. She's not even talking to me. I toured the distillery and had a great time there. I've been to a few of them. I've been to, in my trucking days, I've actually delivered bottles to several distilleries in Kentucky. And I'm trying to think some of them. Jack Daniels is one. We took anniversary bottles in there once. Gosh, I can't even remember. So most of them breweries that I've been to, they're out in the sticks. Oh, I can't remember names of all of them. But yeah, I've been to quite a few of them there. Back in the day, you guys will never believe this. One of the big contracts that I had with my small company was taking beer bottles out of Brockway Glass in LaPel, Indiana, to Anheuser-Busch in St. Louis. We run trailer loads of bottles over there every day. And I went over there once because I forget what it was. The driver was sick. I couldn't make the run. I didn't have an extra driver, and so I had to make the run myself. So I go over there, back into the dock. They escort you to the dock. And then they put this big barrel in front of the truck. Now, I'm going back a few years here. I don't know what it's like today. And then all drivers had to go to the driver's room. You were not allowed to walk around the dock or anything like that. So I go in the driver's room with my logbook and thinking I'll just get caught up on my logs, right? And I'm sitting in the driver's room, and I'm looking around the room. all these guys were drinking beer. And I asked the guy about it. He said, oh, yeah, he says, there's a cooler back there. Everything that they make in this factory in the driver's room is free to truck drivers. Just think about that. Now, I'm going back 30 years ago, but I never forgot that. I'm coming for the heat, humidity, and summer rain. Well, this is the place for you, Eric. We are in the middle of the rainy season now. It rains every afternoon. Matter of fact, last couple of days, it's been just a torrential downpour every afternoon. I couldn't even video that house that's coming up for sale because I said, I don't want to video it in the rain. People want to see a sunny day down here. They don't want to see it raining. So I had to postpone that for 2 days. Mr. Cheez-Its, how's that grandbaby doing, that new grandbaby? Okay, Eric. He says he's going to leave, I guess. He said, I'll see you next month or sooner. I said, okay. I guess he's talking about next Wednesday night live show. Actually, believe it or not, I'm working on it. I've got a guest lined up already. I don't know if you guys, how many of you have been to my Wednesday night live show, but I do have guests on there once in a while. We had a guest here a while back that I called the Medicare expert. And I just said that because I know that's what the guy does for a living down here, Medicare and insurance, and how to help people decide what's good for you. And come to find out, that's exactly what he is. He's a Medicare and insurance expert in the state of Florida. And he wants to do a follow-up of the first show because October is when the snowbirds, as I said, start trickling back. And a certain percentage of those people are going to be retired when they come down this year. And so he gets very, very busy, and he won't be able to come on the show probably until after snowbird season. So he's going to be on our show this month. And our Wednesday night live show is always the last Wednesday of each month. And if you've got any kind of Medicare, any kind of Social Security, any kind of insurance questions, you need to be on this show. He'll have your answer. He can tell you everything about it. And I highly suggest to be here for the last show of this month. He's very, very knowledgeable. Code Guy says, thought to buy by Spanish Springs, but then decided Chitty Chatty, Bradford, or Del Mar, or DeSoto. Well, Del Mar is so far away from all them other ones. Del Mar is not even close. Del Mar is the first neighborhood just south of Spanish Springs on Del Mar Drive. So if you you thought about buying by Spanish Springs, but then decided you didn't want to. Well, you don't want to go to Del Mar then, because Del Mar is right there next to Spanish Springs. Chitty Chatty, Bradford, DeSoto, yeah, that's all the newer area down there. Drew, I can't wait to go on long golf cart rides around Lake Sumter. Yeah, golf carts are a big way of life here. They just are. Some people are just totally amazed about how much they cost. Well, golf carts here is no different than buying a car. You can go to a dealership and buy a brand new car for a little bit of money, or you can go to a dealership and buy a brand new car for a lot of money. And the golf carts are no different. They take them as trade-ins. You can buy them off of personal individuals. You can go have a custom-made golf cart done. There's all kinds of things you can do. Sue and Deb done a video, I think, of the custom golf cart. Street Rods is the name of the place, and they make custom golf carts to look like the old street rods, and those will cost you on an average, if you buy a brand new one, have one made, probably between, I don't know, 20 to 30,000. Some maybe a little less, some maybe a little more. But he has trade-ins too, so you can get them at a better deal. They have financing, just like a car. The only difference is, unless you want to get it, I have it. You're not required by any kind of state law or anything to have any kind of insurance on a golf cart. You're also not required to have driver's license to operate a golf cart. The only requirement that I know of by the state is you're supposed to be 14 years old with proper ID to operate a golf cart. So, they're pretty flexible as of right now. I suspect as time goes on, that law could change as the bigger the villages get. Just saying. Drew 55. Get out of New Jersey now. Run, Forrest, run. Why don't I see solar roof shingles in the villages? I haven't done a video on that yet, but they're all over the place. Solar here is matter of fact, watch the house coming up for sale this Friday, the Courtyard Villa for sale this Friday. There is a solar system on the top of his house, and I didn't understand it. And I said in the video, I said, I think I know what this is, but I'm not 100% sure because I've never seen one quite like that one. I think basically his solar system is set up to supply the house with total hot water because it all went to this big hot water heater in the garage. But there's a lot of people here that have solar electricity in their house. It's been recently one of the rules that was changed here. You're now allowed to have, I don't know what you call them, portable generators, but they stay outside. You know what I mean? So if the electricity goes off, they automatically start and put juice in the house, whatever those are called. Generac makes them. The only thing is the placement of it. You can't put them anywhere willy-nilly. They will show you where they have to go. How that works, I don't know. I know that Tesla, I think, has come out with a solar type shingle. I think Melody was telling me about that on the last Wednesday night live show. I don't know how that works either. Don't know what the cost of it is. But I know they're available. And yes, you can have solar on your roofs here. I've seen them, even in the new areas, I see them. So now, is that something that's got to be approved by ARC? I can't answer that. I don't know. I would probably call just to make sure. But I'm going to guess that you probably don't because it's a federal thing where they give you like a kickback on your taxes if you put this in your house, that kind of thing. So, but I would just call it probably just to make sure. But yeah, they're here. There's plenty of them here. Anybody that's got a drone channel here, one of the big ones is a Golden Wingnut. He does a lot of droning, but he does it all in a new area mostly. He doesn't do very much in the older areas. And you're not going to see all this in a new area. You go to an older area, when he's flying over, look for them big black panels you'll see on the roof of people's houses. Half of those is for heating the water for a swimming pool. So if you see a pool next to that house that's got the black things on top of the roof, that's probably for keeping the pool hot, warming it up. But if you don't see a pool and you see them black things on the roof, that's probably for electricity. They're here. Oh, there's Melody. Says, I want solar roof shingles. I am waiting for Elon Musk's battery day announcement. While you're out there in Vegas, just ask him. He'll be there, right? As a future retiree, would a trade such as electrical, plumbing, or HVAC be lucrative in the villages? Ask as I am thinking of a career change. Well, yeah, the big thing here is air conditioning. I mean, up north, it's about heat in the wintertime, right? Down here, it's about air conditioning all year long. So air conditioners wear out a lot faster here than they will up north. And there's a constant call for service work on air conditioners. Our neighbor right over here next door came home about a month ago. He was gone for, several months. And then he come down here for 2 or 3 months. He's going to go back up north. He's a farmer, so he has to go back up north for harvest. And when he came down here, their air conditioner didn't work. I say air conditioner. Where I'm at, it's heat pumps. The northern area up there, I'll say north of 466. I'm just using that as a guideline, north of 466. They have what I'll call real air conditioners. We have heat pumps where I'm at. So the difference of what goes on between the two I don't know. I know the air conditioner I had on Lake Sumter, I had it worked on one time and it ended up being a capacitor, whatever that is. And it was a simple fix and everything was fine. Here, it's a heat pump. What goes wrong with them? I don't know. I'm in a newer area. Most people here haven't had any problems with them. So I don't know what's going to pop up. Time will tell. So if you're wanting to come down and change businesses, HVAC is good. Plumbing is if you get a job with a contractor where you can work on a new houses to plumb them, you'd probably be okay. But in most houses here, I don't hear very much about plumbing issues at all. The only things I do hear about once in a while is a faucet was dripping, or I had to have something changed in my water sprinkler system in the front yard, which is a whole different system. So that, but I don't hear much about plumbing problems. Air conditioning is getting worked on all the time, changing the filters in the air mover. Even if you have what I've got, I have an air mover, and it pushes that air through the house and recirculates it, and that's all it does. And I have to have a filter put in there, and then have that serviced once in a while. But there's all kinds of work down here. But don't expect to work here, from what I've seen, to pay you near as much as what you get paid up north. I'm just saying. Yes, leaving September 8th. I will get there September 11th. What kind of trucker are you? 3 days in a car to go, 1,500 miles? Come on. That's an overnight drive. 109. Oh, but no humidity. Oh, yeah, there we go with that dry heat again. You ain't kidding me. I see. You're going to go in that hotel and you ain't never going outside. Where are we at? I'm about ready to close this down. I've been on here long enough jabbering away. Just nice to know that my followers are still on here once in a while. Like I say, I just do this I just surprise everybody. I don't never schedule these. 3 years. It'll go by. I was going to say quicker than you think. But if you're ready to go, that 3 years, if that's all you think about, could go really, really slow. So I'll just say what Sue always said: don't wish your life away. Just enjoy what you got now, and bank everything you can bank, because the odds are you're going to need it. Just moved to Chili Chatty in August. Good for you. A friend of ours just moved down there also. She's still moving in. I talked to her the other day and said her garage is still full of boxes. And she's still unboxing and moving in. Ann is down there. Kevin says 4 years for us. I ain't worrying about Kevin because I know where he'll be. He'll be in the pickleball courts every day. Every day. Skip, got my package from the Wednesday Night Live on Monday. Thank you, Tammy Ferguson. Oh, I remember. Yeah, you did win something. I forget what it was, though. What'd you win? Pink coffee cup, maybe? Everybody seems to like them. I mailed out. I don't remember how many I mailed out. 2 or 3 of them this time, something like that. Well, every time you have your morning coffee, if that's what you got, it'll just remind you where you're going. Is there a village golf cart app to navigate? Yes, there is. I've never used it, but there is a village's golf cart app. I don't know what it's called, but I know several people just came down. It's a monthly fee, I think. I could be wrong about that. Maybe it's a one-time fee. Maybe the first one they come out with was a monthly fee. The second one they came out with was updated, and maybe it's a one-time fee, like $5, something like that. And a couple of people I've talked to that's got this new golf cart app tell me it's pretty good. Maryland says they're in the 90s. Wow. That is hot up there for this time of year. just south of Washington, D.C., which means a lot of hot air flows around this area. You think? What keeps a developer from removing other country clubs to put in more apartments? Mr. Fritz, that's a very good question. I don't know. Because he owns everything. He literally does. You go down to any of the squares, unless he sold them, because they're all his own private property. And then he can sell these buildings willy-nilly whenever he feels like it. And the truth is, if he sells a building, he doesn't have to tell us. It's his building, you know. The squares. He owns the squares. That's a private property. That's how he can trespass somebody out of the square. If they come down there drunk and cause a problem, they can trespass you. And then you can't go to a square anymore. I don't know. It's a good question, because this is the first time this has actually happened, I think, about that country club being tore down. And I've heard all kinds of stories. I don't know what's true. I don't know what's legal. I don't know any of it. I'm kind of amazed at the HOA up there in that area. There is a HOA that you voluntarily join. And I don't know if they got the finances to argue this thing or not, but it just strikes me as kind of odd. But this is at least, there's a few things that's happened here that apparently it's legal, but it disturbs me. One is, many years ago, in the older historical area, Orange Blossom Gardens, I guess, or Country Club Hills, whatever, the country club up there, that's got the famous swimming pool with the waterfalls. Back then, behind that waterfalls used to be a hot tub. I've been in it. I assume it's still there. I don't know that. That was the family pool. People's grandkids would come and they would go to that pool, and it was right next to the country club, and they had a tiki bar out there. It was very, very nice. And then one year, he decided that he was going to start this priority pool thing. And that started actually when they started building down here in my area, priority pool membership. And they made that pool up there a priority pool. And all of a sudden, all the people up there that lived there all them years and had that pool as a family pool, and then they were told they couldn't go there anymore unless they paid $200 a year, whatever it was, for this priority pool membership. I would take that kind of hard. Would I move? I don't know. Probably not. But it's just, that's why I'm always saying on the videos, and I'm not trying to be critical, I'm just trying to prepare people that changes happen all the time. I say it all the time. Just because I said something 2 years ago in an old video doesn't necessarily mean that's true today. And just because it's true in my district, don't necessarily mean it's true in other districts. And just like them tearing down that country club and building those apartment buildings, can they tear down Evans Prairie and build an apartment building there? I don't know. I mean, I don't really know what the ins and outs of all of the Constitution is in my district. But we have district supervisors that should be taking care of that. And that's all you can really hope for, is that they take care of that, because I've got my eyes wide open. And my wife knows that this place is not going to run me broke. And when I get a bad smell of something, I have no qualms whatsoever in selling my house here and moving to another retirement community down here somewhere. I know several of them that I would go to. So that doesn't bother me. But I'm here because right now things are good. Things are safe. A couple of things popping up here and there that I'm not too sure about. I did a video about the hotels or apartments being built. It's not up on YouTube yet. It's an interesting letter from a investment banker. I think you'll find it interesting. Listen to it when I read it and just use your own thoughts, because this is nothing that I'm saying is true. I'm just saying it's their idea of what might be going on, and it's interesting to read. Let me go down here real quick and see what else we got to talk about. I could ramble on all day about this stuff. But it's a good question, Mr. Fritz. I don't really have an answer for you. I don't know. Right now, my answer to you would probably be nothing. Nothing would stop him. but I don't know that for facts. Eric says 160. I don't know what that means. Is that your exit number you're next to? Exit 82 Seaside. You New Jersey guys crack me up with that. I'm by the shore. Final exit. Barbara Ebner. Hi, Skip. Hope you and Sue are doing well. Hey, don't knock the Jersey Shore. I'm not. I'm just saying that's what Jersey people do all the time when I talk to them. They're either from the shore or near the shore or next to the shore or south of the shore, or they'll tell me what exit number they're off of. People I've never met. Hi, I'm Bob. I'm from such and such, New Jersey. I'm off exit 168. Nobody else in the country does that. Janice, exit 8 off the New Jersey Turnpike. Janice says she's exit 4 on 78. Oh, good. Where's Chip? I just seen a Chip thing there. Where'd that go? Sometimes this thing takes off. Cindy! Oh, thanks, Cindy. I don't have anything on here. Is my noisemakers on here? Wait a minute. I'll have to give it to you. There you go. Cash register.
Thank you for the super chat.
That's for you, Cindy. Thank you very much. I didn't come on here actually for any super stickers, or that's my Wednesday night live show. I do that to make money for the gifts that I give away. This is just an impromptu. I just jump on here just to talk to you guys once in a while, just to see what's going on with everybody. Anything that you want to tell me, any suggestions of something you want me to do for you, this is your chance to tell me. Tell me to take a flying leap out of a rolling donut. Now's the time. Melody, not ready. Getting car wax at the Village's Car Wash, Spanish Springs. That is, Melody, that has got to be by far the best car wash anywhere around here. I know exactly where you're talking about. Marcus, exit 98, Garden State. Tesla golf cart. I keep hearing rumors about it. I haven't seen them yet, but I keep hearing rumors about it. Now in Maine, missing my southern home in Finney. Well, a couple more months, you'll probably be heading this way or you'll be here. It's just a matter of time. Don't forget to watch these videos about the Lofts of Brownwood tomorrow, the inside look. Sue and Deb got guided tours of inside different apartments, the rec centers, the pools, the handicap areas, all this stuff. A lot of information. It's going to be 2 different videos. One this Thursday, the second one, the final one will be next Thursday. Prices, it's all on the video. So if anybody's interested in those, the videos tomorrow and next Thursday will be the 2 that you really want to watch. You do need an account to subscribe. Really? I didn't know that, Melody. That's new to me. I swear to you, I didn't know that. I should know that, I suppose. I'll be darned. So all the people that's not subscribed to me is probably because they don't have an account. That's amazing. I'll have to make comment about that. Because it's free to get an account. It's easy peasy to do it. I just didn't realize you had to do that. Hello from Erie, PA. An account, yes. I'll be darned. How do you have an account and not a channel? Account? I mean, I know the account is a channel. I don't know. Maybe not. For a golf cart, but he does not respond to me. Have you seen that new Tesla pickup truck? I'm sorry, Melody. What an ugly thing it is. Oh, when I was talking to Melody about the Tesla golf cart, no, I was just messing with her about that because I know she wants one, so I was just teasing her. But when it came to the solar shingles or the solar roofs of Tesla, I threw that in there to kind of throw her off about the golf cart thing because I knew that was true. Well, but she also knew that was true, so that didn't work either. I like to mess with Melody as much as I can. Put up the video and didn't. Okay, doggy. Hey, anybody listening on here, I guess you got to have an account to subscribe. I didn't know that. So if you're trying to subscribe and can't, go open an account. It's easy peasy. Then you can subscribe. No such thing as too long of a golf cart ride for me. I didn't think so either. I divided it up because I know people's got things. They got lives. They got things to do. They can't be sitting around for 2 hours, watching one video, especially my stupid videos, when they can watch something important like Hell on Wheels. Have anybody caught that series? It's 3 years of series. I sit and I binged watched it for weeks. That is one great series, Hell on Wheels. I loved it. I'm staying right next to the convention center. Oh, she's talking to somebody else again. Golf cart manufacturing, lithium batteries. Lithium is a good battery. They're expensive as crap, but the lithium batteries are really, really good. Love golf cart rides, long or not. It makes me feel as if I'm driving. Well, that's what I want them to feel like. That's why I put the GoPro 7 up on top, is so you kind of get a good feel of what it's like driving everywhere in a golf cart. Will it be on the video? Yes, it is. Matter of fact, I'll tell you, it's $214.5. And you very seldom will ever find a courtyard villa for that price. And it's also a stucco, block built. And it's been upgraded a lot. I can't tell you all the upgrades, but off the top of my head, all new flooring through the whole thing. The house was completely painted inside, including the ceilings everywhere. New kitchen cabinetry, what looked like new kitchen cabinetry and countertops. The garage floor was epoxied. Solar heat on top of the house for, I'm going to say, hot water. That's my best guess. You'll see it in the video. The garage door was insulated. I believe the attic was insulated because when I went in the garage, it was not very hot at all. And it was really hot when I was there. So I'm saying the garage attic is even insulated. I couldn't get up there to check, but I think it was insulated. 2 bedroom, 2 bath. Oh, it had a jacuzzi out back with a pergola over top of it. It was a nice place. Nice place. But it's in an older area. It's up by Spanish Springs area. And I took video of the area, the neighborhood, so you can kind of see what it looked like. So that'll be Friday. It'll be popping up. So if you're interested, watch that. And there'll be a phone number for the realtor. You can call him, and he'll take care of you. I had 2 golf cart rides, or 2 golf carts too, Kevin, when I first come here. And I just found out that after we were here for about a year, I sold one of them. Actually sold it to a neighbor, the electric cart. Sue loved the electric carts. I didn't like them. But she loved the electric cart, and I kept it for her. And after it sat in the garage for a year, and she never took it anywhere, I just decided to get rid of it. I just find that most women, not all, I just find that most women here and golf carts don't get along unless they play golf because it messes up their hair. I might, Drew. I told Melody, I said, I've thought about doing it. She does them all the time. Won't say all the time, but she does quite a few of them. I've never done a live golf cart ride. I've thought about it, and let Sue handle the questions, and I do the driving, and we'll just kind of do a live golf cart ride, maybe around a square or something. I don't know. But I was just worried about connectivity. I get really frustrated when, YouTube drops out and then you got to reconnect and then it drops out again, because there are certain areas in the villages that has great connectivity. And then there's other areas of the villages that the connectivity sucks out loud. And for the longest time, unless Verizon finally put that tower up that they promised to put up, Finney down there had like zero connectivity for Verizon. I went down there, played golf many times, and sat in the what's the heck is the name of that little restaurant down there? It's the only one that's down there. Finney Bar and Grill, something like that. Anyway, we sat inside there, and 3 or 4 of us were sitting at a table, and none of us had any kind of connectivity whatsoever. So it depends on where you're at. But I might do 1 or 2 of them sometime. But it's just like this. When I decide to do one, it'll be a spur of the moment thing. I'll just decide to do it. And it'll be my luck. I'll do it when everybody's, going to a birthday party and there'll be nobody online. Did you ever do a screen enclosure at your front door? No. I've got the stuff in the attic. Here's how that happened. When I had the lanai enclosed, I kept all the material back there. And I got everything it takes to enclose that. And my mind said, I'm just going to do it myself because I know how to do this. I'll just do it myself. And I've had every excuse in the world not to do it. And the stuff's still up in the attic. I got the door. I got all the screening. I got all the aluminum rails. I got everything I need to do this. And I don't know. I haven't got around to doing it. So the truth of it is, I'm probably going to end up hiring it done and just get it done and over with. And then I'm going to end up throwing all that stuff out. That's what's going to happen. But I do want to enclose that though. It does a tremendous job of keeping your whole front area of any house clean and free of bugs. Oh, Eric, you're killing me. How about a golf cart ride where you stop at every rec center and do something at each stop? Do you realize how many rec centers we have? I'm not talking just regional rec centers. Between regional rec centers and neighborhood rec centers, it's got to be 100 or more. I don't know. It's a lot. So, no, that probably ain't going to happen, buddy. Our home is still for sale in DeSoto. Well, the season is coming, Kevin. It's coming. But you've got some competition now at Chitty Chatty. Did you see the paper? I mentioned it during Wednesday Night Live show, but I don't know if you were even on the Wednesday Night Live show. They are advertising the patio villas in Chitty Chatty with the carport. They have a golf cart garage and a carport. And there was 2 of them in the paper, brand new. 2-bedroom, 2-bath. One was like 168, I think, and the other one was like 170 something. For a Snowbird, that's going to be hard to tackle. Did I double my meds today? I ain't on no meds. Am I acting goofy? I don't mean to, but this is me. This is me. Ask anybody that knows me. We go out and drink beer or whatever. I will talk your leg off. I just do. Brooks, I ain't seen you for a while. Brooks A. Nice for you to be here. Thanks. Is this how I pay for that motorhome? Nah. I wrote a check for that motorhome. Both of them. I don't owe no money on them at all. It was just one of them things that, I don't know. I've always had a motorhome, it seems like, my whole life of some form or another. Dad had 2. I had one when I had the trucking company. I bought a motorhome, and we used to rent it out, and then I'd take it whenever I wanted it. I also had a couple of wreckers. And I got it basically for the trucking company, but if somebody was a call and needed something, then we would, do it. I was on the state police tow list. I was on the Madison County tow list. I was not on the Anderson City tow list. I just didn't want to do all that. It's just too much work. And I don't know. I just always had one. I bought that big one that I really, really liked. I would have kept it if I had somebody that knew how to work on it. I couldn't find any. And so this one I've got here is smaller, and it's basically a Ford pickup truck, really, with a camper on it. And so I can go into any Ford garage and get oil changed and stuff. So that's why I ended up with this one. David and Jenny in Texas says, I think editing is much harder than making the videos. Yes, somebody that finally understands. You know what I mean. Your mind says, I'm going to go out and do a video, but I'm going to coordinate it. I'm going to coordinate every episode or every segment of that video and shut it off. And so when you download it, all you have to do is like put all these little episodes together and it's ready to go, right? Except for maybe an intro and an outro or whatever you're doing. And then you find that, it doesn't work that way because there's pauses where you might go to say something and then finish it up. So you got this big pause in the middle. You got to cut that out and put it. Yeah, I've spent hours editing a video, hours. And then accidentally, have you ever done this? And then accidentally delete something that you wanted to keep. And so you had to go reload that segment back into the video and figure out where to cut it. I could tell you nightmare stories. Or you're cutting a video and you do about a 10-minute segment of answering somebody's question, and then you realize, oh, hell, I didn't plug the mic in. Oh, gosh. You got to laugh, right? That's just part of it. What else have we got going here? What's going on with my mouse? My mouse don't seem to be working like it should. Okay, here we go. Free beer for the workers at A and B. At A and B. I don't know what that is. Should I know what that is? Am I being stupid now? Free beer for the workers at A and B. I don't know, Ron. I don't know what that is. But if there's free beer, I'm in. Oh, he's doing great. Oh, good. You're not spoiling him, are you? I know you are. If I'm under 19, if my under 19 grandchildren lived nearby, say Inverness, what are the limitations on them visiting me in villages? Your under 19 grandchildren are allowed to visit you 30 days per calendar year. But I know a lot of people sneak by with that. So, but that's the rule. 30 days per calendar year. Ron Sanders says, no free beer anymore. Guy fell into a vat of beer and drowned, but he swam over to the side 3 times to pee before he drowned. Yeah. I hear you. Do you have contact information for me, the expert? The expert. Contact information for what? Tell me, Ron. It says, do you have contact information for me, the expert? Are you talking about the Village's expert, Ira Beller? That's what his channel calls him, the Village's expert. That's not, if you're talking about that courtyard villa that's going to be for sale, Ira don't have that. It's another realtor. Lots of people just moving in, so everyone is very friendly and welcoming. Oh yeah, Karen, if you just moved in, everything will be hunky-dory for about 5 years. There'll be driveway parties and all kinds of stuff. And DSW White asking, what do you do with all the free time not golfing? Well, believe it or not, you're looking at a lot of it right here. This takes up, for me, I got 3 channels. And for me, can be 6 to 8 hours a day right here doing this. Plus I have my RV channel, which I've been neglecting here lately. I did put up a couple of things, but I've really been neglecting it. And that's where my growth actually is in that RV channel. My subscriber base here isn't near what it should be. And so I'm really wanting to concentrate on my RV channel because I know within a year I could probably have 50,000 subscribers. But I got to get out there and I got to travel and I got to do things, which if I do that, this is going to get neglected here. It's kind of weighing it back and forth of what do you want to do, you know. So what I do is I try to collect a lot of video and save it. If you're know anything about computers, on these things. And this one here is 3 terabytes big. So I can save a lot of video and then I can edit them months down the road. And then on the RV channel, I can edit that stuff. You know, I'm thinking about just doing it once a week. One good 30-minute video every Monday or something like that. I don't want to do it 3 and 4 times a week. It's just too much effort. And then I got to go out and collect the video. I got to do the video. And then I got to edit the video. And then I got to post the video. And then also on top of that, I do try to answer a lot of the emails that I get about something on the video, you know, about like in the villages, they may ask something like, how much does it cost to change the oil in a golf cart? You know, simple questions like that. I do try to answer them. So this has almost turned into a full-time job. And I don't mind it because, you know, I got to have something to do, but I got the motorhome. It's ready to go, and we're going to leave tomorrow sometime, and I'm taking off for 4 days. And I'm going to collect some video while I do that. So the videos that I'm uploading now to this channel or my Villages channel is already done. So I don't have to worry about that while I'm gone. And it's a fine line to get all that stuff done. They still have the riots up there in Chicago? Still doing all that stuff up there? And bunch of dummies. WrestleMania's on here. What's going on, buddy? Are you home from work? I'm just goofing around, Scott. I just did a whimsical thing, that's all. Please remember to, that's WrestleMania. Don Burker, hello, Skip. Just happened to come across you. Bless you. Thank you, Don. Appreciate it. I was curious why you quit playing golf. I quit playing golf because a couple of the guys are just like these politicians around here. They're just stupid, arguing and carrying on. And they think they can tell you what you should and shouldn't do and how you should be. And if you aren't that way, then you're an idiot. And I just got tired of it. And I just found it got to the point where one of the guys decided he wanted to be able to tell me where I needed to sit around the round table. He didn't want me sitting next to this guy for whatever his cynical reasons were. When I left, I told the guy that set that golf thing up, I says, take me off of him from now on. I don't want to play with that guy anymore. Well, the problem is everybody else likes the guy. I hate the guy. So it's my problem. So I just opted out. It's just that simple. Electrical here is a nightmare. Cheap, cheap, cheap. Retired electrician here. Minimum wage paid maybe 20 an hour. Wages up north was, yeah. That's why I was trying to say a while ago that when you come down here, no matter what you do, I don't care if you're in medical, nursing, or what, unless it's a rare case, the average wage down here is not going to be as good as it is up north. So my whole thing has always been make your money there while you're there. And if you want to come down here and work part-time doing something to make some extra beer money, that's fine. But make the big bucks while you can. Thanks, Scott. See, I get it. Oh, he says, if you don't like what you see, really let him know. Hit the thumbs down button. You don't have to tell them, Scott. They probably will. They probably already have. Florence, thank you. Ron, it will be very interesting here the day after the election. I don't know. You know, I've been around this world a while, just like a lot of other ones out there have. And everything in the world is like the stock market. I don't care who's in office, who's not in office, men, women. It doesn't make no difference. Here's how it goes: up and down, up and down, up and down. So the long haul, it just levels out. Oh, Tammy Ferguson won the golf stuff. Boy, there must be a heck of a lag on my end from your end. Well, of course, I am kind of behind on some of these. I'm trying to get to the end here. What does Melody say? Melody says something about, WrestleMania. Do you have a part 107? Yes. If so, how did you study for it? Go to Ken Herron website or YouTube channel. Seriously, this is how I found out. And I can't think of the name of the company, but anyway, go to Ken Herron, KenHeron website. It's a drone channel. And he has a sponsor on that channel that has, I think, the largest or one of the largest droning online schools there is. And I sure can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. But there's a link in his description box below any of his videos, and it's a Ken Herron thing, Ken Herron something, and you get like $30 off. So the course ends up being like $106, and they guarantee that you're going to pass the course. They guarantee it, and the guy that runs this company has all kinds of credibility. I mean, all kinds. So without getting into a long thing, they have sample tests at each video that you're going to watch and you're going to listen to and all this and that. And once you get really secure with all these questions and everything, then there's a number you're going to call to make that. Not every airport does the testing, and they'll tell you where to call. And you're going to go down there and make the appointment, go in and take the test, and bingo, bango, you're probably going to leave there with a 90% or better grade. And that's it. Also, you got to pay for the test. What was my test? I'm trying to think. I think the test itself. This is, keep in mind, this is a government money grab is all this is. I want to say it was $160 to take the test, believe that or not. And if you flunk, see, I didn't, and I can't remember everything. I have to go back and double check, but I'm thinking if you flunk, you have to pay again. So you don't want to flunk. So anyway, that's my suggestion. Ken Herron, and there's a sponsor there, and there's a website there, and there's a code there to get a discount, and that's what I did. Where's my mouse? Oh, I know what the guy probably asking that is when they set the bridge, the Water Lily Bridge. I got a lot of emails wanting to know if I was going down there. That was the same night I had Wednesday Night Live. It's not that I didn't mind going down there. It's just that they were setting the bridge at 11 o'clock at night, and my show didn't end till sometime after 9 o'clock at night. I still could have gotten a car and run down there, but to drone it at night, and that's what I was going to use. I'm not going to sit on the side of an interstate and go walking with a camera trying to get pictures. I mean, I'm just not doing that. But I could have droned it. And there was some people down there, and there again, Gold Wingnut was down there. So I knew he was going to do that. So I didn't worry about it. But you have to have what they call a daytime waiver. And I don't have that daytime waiver. And that's another test you got to take, and another, who knows how much it costs to take that test. They don't pass them out a lot. There's only like 1,400 of them nationwide. But if you got a daytime waiver, that means you can fly your drone legally at night. And I don't have that. And so I didn't want to take the chance of going down there and doing that. And because I knew there'd be every cop in the world down there blocking every street in the world. So that's all I need is for somebody to find out I don't have a daytime waiver and get a $5,000 fine from FAA or something. And so that's why I didn't go down. Melody says, I have 2 golf carts and don't play golf. Well, you don't have to play golf, but it's just a great way to travel around here. I like it. Yes, Sue, I go everywhere on a golf cart. I very seldom ever drive a car, ever, unless we're leaving to go somewhere. $91 and hot in Atlanta. I know. The Southeast down here has just been getting roasted all summer. Of course, it's not just not us. The Midwest, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, the whole area up there, I think it's been a lot hotter than normal this summer. I think St. Louis, somebody told me they had a record-breaking day of well over triple digits. And I know that Las Vegas area, of course, I know it's a desert, but it's just been trifling hot. Thanks, first timer. Beach Girl. She is a member. She, from what I can see here, she just joined my YouTube channel. Thanks very much, Beach Girl. I appreciate that. That was easy peasy, wasn't it? New to Char. C-H-A-R. New to Char. I don't know what that is. New to chat. That's probably what you're trying to say. Yeah, new to chat. Well, Vic, don't make a stranger of yourself. Come to Wednesday Night Live when we have that live show. You can play games. You can win prizes. And we have guests on there, and you can ask questions of any of the guests for what they do and how they do and when they do. And we just have fun. And there's always my steady, my committed crew is me. Sue is usually there. Deb is usually there. Melody is usually there. And Linda is usually there. Linda has been stuck in California for a couple of months now, but she's still on the show. And how it works is I divided the squares up into reporters, so to speak. So Melody takes care of the Spanish Springs area and the news, what's going on around there. In other words, she would report like the Hacienda Country Club being tore down. And then Deb and Sue would cover Lake Sumter Landing area, and they would talk about what's going on around there. I cover Brownwood area because that's where I live, and I would cover some of the new stuff going on around here. And then Linda is got a new home in the Finney area. I don't even know where she's at, Marsh Bend or someplace down there. And so she covers all the new construction. She's the one that usually has a lot of news because that's where all the action's at right now is down there. And but it's a very relaxed show, and we just have fun and all this and that. And we have a lot of regulars that come to the show. This month, it's always the last Wednesday of each month, and it's 7 p.m. Eastern time. So just come to the show. It's on my YouTube channel. If you're subscribed, you'll be notified. If you're not subscribed, please go subscribe. We have regulars that show up every show. As a matter of fact, there's one right here, DDM. She comes to almost every show. And we have regulars that come there. This month will be the, I think I mentioned it earlier, it will be the Medicare expert. He was on once before. So if you've got any questions about Medicare, Social Security, insurance in Florida, any of that kind of stuff, he's the guy. So be on this month's show, and you can ask him all the intricate stuff. Vic said he just bought a house in Marsh Bend. Congrats. Ron, medical expert, contact information. You know what? I don't have it on me. No. I'll tell you what, though, Vic, just to help you out, go to, I forget which WNL show. We've done 8 so far. The last one, this one had Zach on it, real estate guy. Last month had, who'd we have on last month? I forget. It might have been 2 shows ago, 3 shows ago. Might be Wednesday Night Live 5. I got them in a list. All the Wednesday Night Lives are cataloged in a list. Anyway, one of them will say, the guest is a medical expert, Craig Morrison. And if you go to that video, on that video has all his contact information, phone numbers, website, I think, emails, and all that kind of stuff. So I hate to tell you that, but I just don't have it in front of me right here. So just go to that video and watch part of it, and you can find it on there. Well, Ron, I appreciate it. I do enjoy it. I do. But sometimes I think I have a tendency to talk too much. I don't have an exit plan. I don't have an entrance plan to start this thing. I don't have an exit plan to get out of it. Okay. Medicare expert, I think. Yeah, he is. I'm telling you, he is. He's got an office, I think, in Lake Sumter. He told us all about this new medical building they're building across the street from Brownwood, when it was going to be opened, what was going to be in it, how it was going to be. He even told us about some kind of new thing. There's only 3 in the world, and there's one of them down there on the other side of Brownwood, whatever it was called. And he told me it was $10,000 cash. No insurance will pay for it. I was shocked by that. And he told me there was something like 1,000 people already on a waiting list. I'm sorry. It just boggles my mind. Boy, wrestler, you're doing everything you can to build me up. I can see it right now. He's right here. He says, he is really full of it. Okay, Vic. Later, Gator. Thank you, Albert. Appreciate it. DDM, great info. Thanks for your hard work. No problem, DDM. No problem. I was just discussing a while ago about that. My last video I put up for the long golf cart ride, after a week, only had 157 views. There's something wrong because I always get a lot more than that. Always. And so I don't know if there's some glitchy with YouTube or what the heck's going on. 86 degrees here in a little bit of snow above 11,000 feet, Colorado. Colorado's such a beautiful state. I can remember going across, I forget on Highway 70. What is that tunnel on top of that? Eisenhower Tunnel? Is that what that is? Eisenhower Tunnel? And coming down the other side. Man, just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. We're above the tree line. I've heard that expression before, but until I was in the truck with UPS and coming home, they had wildfires going on, and we had to go up to 70 to come back to Indianapolis. We couldn't take 40 because of the wildfires, and we're going up above the tree lines, and that's where I've learned the very first time in my life what that meant. There's nothing up there but a huge rock. Above the tree line means nothing is growing. Brooks A says $40,000 bonds in Chitty Chatty. Holy crap, DDM. That's crazy, crazy high. That could be. It just depends on how much the house was. But yeah, bonds can be an issue with a lot of people. That's why a lot of them want to go up north and buy, because the older homes up there have bonds. Matter of fact, this house that's coming up Friday, that I had a video that you'll be seeing that's going to be for sale, the bond's paid off on that house. And that's why a lot of them want to go up north and buy up there, is because they don't have to deal with the bond. Susan says, why is the bond so high? Well, it's kind of a confusing mathematical thing. Ira Miller explained it on my WNL show when he was on about how that works. And it was just a conglomerate of stuff. The price of the land per acre, the price of putting in the roads, the price of putting in utilities, the gas lines if there's gas, all these things. And then each area has, what do you call it? Area is built in a section, kind of like. So each section, however many homes they build in that section, they'll divide the price of what it costs to put all that in on each home. But also, it has something to do with the price of the house, too. In other words, a $500,000 house will have a higher bond than a $200,000 house. And I don't know how all that worked. It sounded kind of complicated, but yeah, it's still a bond, What's going on in Wildwood? I have no idea. My focus is off. I'm looking right at it. It's crystal clear. Anybody else notice that? Is my focus off? I'm looking right in the camera monitor over here. The focus for the background is blurry, and that's what I want. But this pretty face right here, what I'm seeing, is crystal clear. Because I usually focus to this right here. Better let me know if my focus is off. It's an issue I gotta get taken care of before the next live show. What's going on in Wildwood? I don't know, man. Send me some more information because I have no idea. As far as I know, there's nothing going on in Wildwood. Sometimes he even gets his great monitors. I do. Do you want to come on, Wrestler Mania, and talk for a little while? And show these people, you know, how brilliant you are. Rod SSN 709. Hi Skip. Hi Rod. It's hard. TPO. Hard to stop talking on YouTube when people are still. I know it. You know, you never have an exit. You never have an exit plan to go. Beachy Girl says, I love what I do and it shows. Well, thanks. I appreciate it. I just like helping people. Most of what I do on the villages is information to help people. Like I said, my first house I bought here was online. I'm from the old school, and so that was really nerve-wracking, but I know the system. I know how it works. People have a hard time to come down here, how to decide where to buy a house. And I help them with that decision the best that I can with the information that I know. The bond, that's a confusing thing to me also. I just know that all them factors I just mentioned are part of it. And I will tell you that the farther the villages goes, the higher the price of the dirt is, the higher the bonds are going to be. And as years go by, you know, it's going to cost more to put in a road. It's going to cost more to put in a drainage system or something. And so the bonds are going to be more. And so, yeah, the bonds are an issue. So if it bothers you, I recommend go to the older area. It's basically the same kind of homes. They may not have the same style or whatever, but a lot of those bonds are either paid off or a whole lot cheaper than they are if you buy brand new. So it's just a thought that I have. WrestleMania just put up that link for the village or the Medicare expert. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it. Hey, by the way, Scott, I need like one or two more monitors, I think, because sometimes the monitors I have, I thought I had enough. I've got like 6 or 7 monitors, but I've noticed on the last couple of shows that they don't show up. And if they don't show up, they're not doing me any good. And, you know, they don't have to show up at every show, but I would like to have enough monitors where there's always a certain amount of people there. One of my monitors is my oldest son. He don't even show up. Well, he did show up for one show. Yeah, he did. Oh, great. Wait a minute. I've seen a question here somewhere. It's a great video, Skip. Love the golf cart rides. Hopefully we are going to rent a house in the villages for a month next summer to see how we handle the heat. That's smart. And here for everybody, that's smart. I've always said that. They're always talking about coming down here and renting in the wintertime, and I've said it 100 times. That's fine if you can find a place, but winter rent here is seasonal. It's going to cost you out the butt to rent a house here in January, February, or March. That's the big money months. That's where the renters make their big dollars, is those 3 months. And if you're just wanting to come down just to look around and see and whatever, I've always said, take a week's vacation or something and come down here in August or July. You can still look around. You can still see what the villages is, but then you'll know if you can stand the heat. And it gets hot, and the humidity here is terrible in the summer. And some people with breathing problems, maybe heart trouble, maybe, I don't know what problems people have, but you may have a problem with the heat. And so if you do have a problem with the heat, That tells you one thing real quick. You can't live here full time unless you're going to stay housebound. And you'd be a good candidate to be a snowbird, to come down here and say October through March and go home the rest of the time. And that answers a lot of questions when you start talking about buying a home. If you're going to be down here for only 6 months out of the year, you don't need a 4-bedroom home. You know, you can get by with, I don't know, a patio villa or something. Looks like your bandwidth is getting pinched. The picture getting blurry. It ain't mine. I'm looking at it. I'm on high speed stuff here. Yeah. On high speed stuff. Melody, WrestleMania, you too. Am I blurring out in some way? Maybe I'm getting too far away from the camera. No, see? I'm looking right at it. Right there is spot on. I can see the pupil in my eyeball. So it might be maybe on you guys' end. I don't know. I can't speak for that. I can just, do what I can do here. It's not focus. It's internet. It's getting bad. Oh, okay. So somewhere, you know what? What time is it? 5 o'clock. People getting home from work. They're all on their telephone telling their kids, I'll be home in a minute. Will you want me to pick something up from Kentucky Fried Chicken? All right. I think we've wasted people's time enough. I thank everybody. I thank everybody that joined the channel today. I thank everybody for the questions. I thank everybody for watching. I thank everybody for putting up with my nonsense. I thank everybody that comes to Wednesday Night Live to have fun. So until then, I'm going to get out of here, and I'll see you all on the other side.